Welcome to The Snack, a lighter serving of Girls Gotta Eat.
This is a Dear Media production.
Enjoy.
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys.
Or howdy, should I say.
Because of how you're dressed?
Because my hat says howdy on it.
I didn't even read it.
Wow.
Well, you just took off your cardigan. And you were giving like surf shop owner, like the mom who started the shop and now her boys run it. Like, and the mom comes in to check on everybody. I'm upset you took your sweater off.
I dress very Venice-y these days.
It was so Venice.
I dress very Venice-y. I try to do like monochrome, a lot of bagginess, a lot of wool sweaters. I'm leaning in.
Well, it's either like Hollywood slut or Venice.
Oh, thank you.
Venice.
Why? Because it's a trucker hat, Hollywood slut, Venice beachy wool sweater.
When you go out, you're like tits out.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like Venice mom and pop shop owner.
Yeah. When I walk around to Erewhon, take my walks to Erewhon, Venice mom and pop shop, but at night, I try to get slutty.
By night, day to night. You guys, today, 4/24 is Azul's Gotcha Day.
You reminded me that we've been with him for 4
years.
And I really I feel like time just flew.
Where is he?
Behind you.
Oh, okay. Azul, can you come into the shot? It's your special day. He's come here. Come on. Azul,
He's like, I don't have to be performative anymore with you guys.
Come on. So, yes, he came into our lives on April 24th. It was a Saturday, and he showed up, and
He showed up.
yeah, they dropped him off. I'm like, okay. He was my first foster after my previous dog, Dewey, had died. I was like, I'll give fostering a shot. It had been a few months, and here we are. First foster fail straight out of the gate.
Aww.
And Rayna really had a lot to do with it.
I love him. He's so special. I did not realize it had been 4 years. That's crazy. I mean, we've lived here for 2.5 years.
I know.
I guess you got him way before we moved. Okay, well.
Yeah, April 24th, 2021, Azul's Gotcha Day. So
happy birthday,
happy
little
4th
prince.
anniversary, little baby.
Maybe I'll get a dog soon.
You're inching closer.
I am. I have been sending you like websites to different places.
We'll try to do it Thursday, and then we have the same anniversary.
Well, what am I gonna do? How are we gonna go on Thursday?
All right, next.
Somebody just told me I have to like stay in town. So I was talking to my DC ex. I like let him talk to me for a little bit the other night, and he was like, "You have to be sure to like stay in town for like about 2 months if you get a dog." And I was like, "What are you saying to me?"
Well, yeah, you have to take care of the dog.
Find me a time when I will ever be in town for 2 months.
If you get a puppy,
I'm probably gonna get a puppy.
couldn't be me. I will never raise a puppy in my life.
I don't want it.
I will die on that hill. I'm not cut out for that puppy life.
I'm not
that
either.
baby life.
I don't think I could ever. I was on the phone with my sister-in-law this morning. My nephew just shit so loud, and I was like, "You're so much stronger than me."
The difference between full-grown rescue dogs off the street and puppies is Azul 4/24. He came into my life. I had him, fostered him, decided to keep him for 8 days, and then we went to Florida, and I just sent him with the sitter. It was already planned. Like, we had a tour.
That's how I'm trying to live.
And they already knew, I like had him with my sitter, Caitlin, who was a vet tech. She was so trustworthy, but 8 days, and I was like, he's a grown ass man.
Okay, that's the time frame that I'm willing to commit to being in town is 8 days. Okay,
you can't leave a puppy. It's crazy.
If you and I have to go somewhere, then your fiance he's gonna have 2 dogs.
I don't think you should get a puppy. I don't think a person who's never had a dog should sign up for a puppy. Raymond, it's crazy. I'm not doing
it. Right. No, you're right. I don't know what I was thinking.
Just get a 1-year-old dog, a fully formed.
Actually, I've never been alone with a dog.
No,
I spend more time alone with babies than dogs.
I don't want you to get a puppy because you will rehome that shit quick. Like, you will be like, someone take this puppy. It's so much work. Okay, let's get into it and stay on the journey, you guys.
All right, we're going to thank some of our partners and then get into it. Thank you to Little Caesars. Binge the reality show Pretzel Crust Island on Little Caesars YouTube channel. And Cornbread Hemp. Get 30% off your first order at cornbreadhemp.com/GGE with code GGE.
And thank you to Atti. Learn more at Atti.com. And Trade Coffee. Get 50% off your 1-month trial with Trade at drinktrade.com/eat. And Smalls. Get 35% off plus an additional 50% off your first order at smalls.com with code GG. And that is cat food. Just FYI. Heads up. We'll talk more about it later.
Biggie Smalls.
Biggie Smalls. It's our friend's dog's name.
You remember my old house? There used to be so many cats all over the place. That was crazy.
There is, you know what? Let's get into it. There is a new cat on my patio, like every day.
A different type of cat.
I mean,
that was how I used to live.
I've seen 3 to 4. They have collars. I live in kind of like a townhome type community, small, 11 units. And it's funny at this point because I'm like, whose cat is that? It's crazy to have an animal that you just let out and it goes in other people's properties.
I had about 5 different cats that would come through that would just spin the block, as you would say.
Oh, come through is funny. You're like, yo, come through.
Come through. And I would send your mom photos of them. One of them was like terrifying looking.
One was giant.
One night, Andrew and Brenna were staying at my house. So I was out of town and this cat walked by with a mouse in its mouth. And I was like, please don't ever send me that again. But I have a serious actual question. I know your parents live on a farm. They have cats that like run around the farm at night, but like we do not live on a farm. We live in a home community. Like, are people just letting their cats out and they just come back?
Yes, apparently. I think it's so nuts.
But I don't understand, like, who is allowing, like, I don't want your fucking cat on my property. Like, your animal should stay on your property. I'm laying outside in the back with, like, no clothing on. Your creepy fucking cat creeps up on me.
So the crazy thing is that, like, Dewey would have killed your cat.
Also
and
true.
We're on our property. And I get it. Cats want to roam around. They're meant to be outside. Like, some of them, outside cats. But I think it's so crazy. They're just in other people's yards. Our friends, I'm not going to name any names because I don't want to out the situation. Our friends, there was a cat that kept coming around to their apartment a lot, every single day. And one of the neighbors took it in. And then the owner started posting lost cat.
Well, why'd you let your cat out?
And then the person who took it, like, never returned it, just started shutting their blinds. And the person whose cat it was started coming over, knocking on doors. And they had to be like, we haven't seen anything. I mean, this is going to spark some comments. And, like, I do understand. Sometimes you just got to let an animal be. I mean, I've heard about cats having anxiety because they can't get outside. Like, outside cats need to be outside. But, like, in an apartment complex or in a townhome complex, it is crazy.
I mean, I just live like in a neighborhood in Venice. So like these cats are just roaming around from house to house.
That is crazy. They're just in the streets?
Yeah. There was 5 different cats that just like were just stopping by. Don't damn me. I don't care.
All right, guys. Well, let's kick it off with an undercover wedding report.
A lot of weddings this week.
Just secrets.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Just, yeah.
Okay.
So Kristen Stewart married Dylan Meyer. So that's her partner. And they got married at Casita del Campo in Los Feliz. It's just a Mexican restaurant. They just got married like outside next to the DJ booth.
And she was just in a t-shirt.
She's in like a linen set and a t-shirt. I'm crazy about what her current wife wore. I mean, it's a short sleeve, kind of like sheer see-through dress, and she's wearing combat boots. Maybe she's wearing actually Mary Jane's with black socks. She looks gorgeous. I'm crazy about this outfit.
Okay. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts quietly marries Bree Burrows. Ladies around the world shed a tear.
Do people know he had a partner?
Yeah.
That was like public knowledge?
Yeah, but they were pretty under the radar. She wasn't always out and about. I mean, I don't know. People who didn't know so much about Jalen Hurts and the Eagles, like maybe I do, or Eagles fans, like didn't know if he was single or what. I mean, he's the finest man in the NFL. Like people were wondering. So he marries her. I always forget how young he is. He's only 26.
Oh my God, he's so young.
Yeah. And, she's a bad bitch. She went to college with him. They went to Alabama. Ugh. And I think they were together then, or that's where they met. And, you know, she's like a tech executive. She has her MBA. She's a boss bitch wag. We love to see it.
I love to see
That's
it.
a new trend, like Taylor Swift.
I don't know. I go back and forth because when people hide their significant others, it's either because they want to cheat or it's on the very far end of the spectrum if they just don't want that person to get harassed constantly.
Yeah, he hasn't been hiding her. I mean, she was celebrating with him after the Super Bowl. Like, she's always been around. It's just she's not like a celebrity or a model or, I mean, she's gorgeous. But anyway, so sorry, everybody. He is off the market officially.
And also off the market, rounding out our wedding report, the Tiger King Joe Exotic got married to a fellow inmate in prison.
Anyone can find love.
Except me.
How
did Joe Exotic beat me to the altar?
When Jodi Arias like found a husband in jail, I was like, this is crazy. I was like, how can everybody but me?
He's 62. His husband is 33. Everybody can find it but me.
Stop. I'm sure you could find someone on the level of
That's
his
true.
husband.
I'm sure I could find an inmate that would marry
I think
me.
you could find an inmate. If
That's
not Luigi.
my vibe.
Luigi's got too many women going after him.
That's why, like in my like that look. I like that look.
Joe Exotic.
Yeah, Joe.
And then we're just going to tag on a new couple that launched on Easter didn't see it coming. No one really knew how to process it.
Still
and
don't.
that is Elizabeth Hurley and Billy Ray Cyrus.
Seeing them together in a photo is so crazy and out of context. You like can't even place it. She's on a ranch in a button-down plaid shirt, and I was just like, it's like The Crown meets Howdy Doody.
This is Elizabeth Hurley. Has she fallen off that much?
Like,
someone commented, "Is every other man dead?" The way he looked was insane.
the way he looked. What is she doing on a farm in a cowboy hat with a button-down
She
plaid
looked
shirt?
fine.
But she looks great, but like it's so out of context. I think of her as like chic
Fembot.
British.
Austin Powers.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, how did these two cross paths? How did this happen?
I don't
This
know.
is the epitome of he wore me down.
Seriously. And like, what? Okay. He was wearing bunny ears and it was Easter, but I saw a lot of bunny ears this year. And was that like
Are you grossed out by it?
I don't know. Like, I just saw like a lot of adults on the streets in bunny ears. And I was like, is this a thing? I mean,
I'm looking at the photo.
You do you.
To an extent, you do you. She looks, I can't get over it. She's wearing a cowboy hat. He's wearing bunny ears. I mean, he doesn't look bad. He has
What?
a full tattoo sleeve. He looks like he's wearing a skirt.
You could, if you gun to my head said, who is that? No idea.
No idea on either of
I'd
them.
say Kristen Stewart before I said Billy Ray Cyrus.
I mean, neither
while
of
we're
them.
talking about her.
She's also face-tuned this photo just beyond recognition. Can people stop doing this?
Let's move on. So speaking of things that happened on Easter, the Pope died.
He knows how to make an entrance.
An exit.
An entrance to heaven, Ashley.
Oh, he technically died on. Did he technically die on Easter Monday?
Wait, can you remind me what is Easter?
Jesus rose from the dead. He is risen.
I don't know about people do.
But you see people say he is risen.
He is risen. Okay,
Yeah.
so on Christmas he died.
He came out of the tomb.
No,
I think.
Christmas is his birthday.
Allegedly.
Wait, don't tell me. Christmas is Jesus' birthday, right?
In the manger.
So he was born.
Yes,
Jesus
in Bethlehem.
was born on
Yeah.
Christmas, and then he's reincarnated on Easter.
They put him up on the cross.
and then he died. That's not a holiday though. That's just
Well, that's Good Friday, right?
Yes, Good Friday is the day that Christians commemorate the crucifixion
Yeah.
and death of Jesus
Okay.
Christ.
And then he rose on Easter
like
Sunday.
from the dead, like his ghost.
Yeah. But so I think the Pope died technically. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was still Easter Sunday over here, and it was Monday at the Vatican.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he was the first Latin American pontiff dead at 88 after a months-long battle with pneumonia. He was beloved by many. He was really progressive.
He's considered to be the most liberal and progressive pope to ever
So he was
exist.
criticized by super conservative, but the last person really he saw before he died was J.D. Vance. And he had been dodging J.D. Vance. He doesn't like these administrators. The Pope, no.
Dodging
He had
JD.
dodged him prior, and J.D. Vance still showed up.
How did he even get in there?
I don't
You
know.
think he
like,
bought a ticket?
if I saw J.D. Vance in my dying days, I would be like, oh my God, I'm in hell. I went to hell. This is crazy. If you saw him while you were like all out of it, I'd be like, this is who is greeting me at the doors of hell.
I would think it was a joke, like Elizabeth Hurley did.
If I saw Donald Trump, Elon Musk, J.D. Vance, or Caroline Levitt, I'd be like, the devil has arrived. Hell is real.
Well, you made me laugh so hard saying like that's a crazy person to see before you die.
Can you imagine?
That's the last person.
And he just like hated it. He was like, get out of here. I've been trying to avoid you all weekend. J.D. Vance is so hated.
It's just like it's not even an important person. Like
Yeah.
at least Donald Trump, you could be like, I saw the president. Like
J.D. Vance
I don't
keeps-
want to see Donald Trump, but you hear me like at least it's the president. A president.
J.D. Vance keeps trying to do stuff, and everyone's like, don't come
We don't
here.
want it.
Like when he tried to take his family skiing, and people just were in the streets protesting. He went to Greenland. They were like, get out of here.
No, he really is a national
He tries to go
joke.
see the Pope. The Pope dies. Like, what a terrible, omen.
He's like, you know what? I'm done battling pneumonia. I'm just gonna go. See myself out of here.
He was like, J.D. Vance just died.
We're going to get canceled for this.
No, I mean, R.I.P. This is hate for J.D. Vance.
Yeah, right. It's not hate for the Pope.
So when he passed, we're not Catholic, when he passed, I was like, that's sad, as obviously someone who was super progressive and made a lot of change and inspired a lot of people. And then I was like, there was something
Kind of scandalous and funny.
with this Pope, and I couldn't remember it. And then it came back to me.
What was it?
Do you remember November 2020? A crazy time. He liked this Brazilian model's photo. Rayna, no, the Pope's account liked this Brazilian model's naughty photo.
No! She's in a schoolgirl outfit.
Catholic schoolgirl.
Her whole butthole is out.
On brand. Maybe he liked the Catholic.
Maybe he liked the
Catholicism
flat.
of it all.
He liked the Catholic schoolgirl of it all.
So I
Do
remember.
you think somebody like broke into that account?
So I remembered, and I thought about it last night, and I was just like, let me look this up to kind of refresh my memory. The headlines were insane. BBC, Pope Francis, Vatican investigates Brazilian model Instagram photo like. CNN writes, the Vatican is seeking an explanation from Instagram after the official account of Pope Francis liked a photograph of a lingerie-clad Brazilian model. A photograph of model Natalia Garibaldo, who was dressed in schoolgirl-style undergarments, was liked by Francis's verified account. It's unclear when the photograph, which shows her skimpily clad buttocks, was first liked, but the interaction was visible on November 13th before being unliked the next day. A whole day that like stayed up there. And it says, now the Vatican said it's trying to get to the bottom of the incident. We are in touch with Instagram to find out what happened.
So like Instagram needs to apologize to us.
The fact that he was scrolling and hit that like button, and you're not even ready for this bomb to drop. She posted after he died, rest in paradise, my friend. And she put the picture that he liked next to the picture of him.
I would be riding this wave forever if that was her.
So when it happened, she was like, oh my gosh, I'm such a fan. Like she was like so
She was messaging with him.
She
She was
like-
in his DM.
She was so excited.
DM the Pope.
She DM'd him.
Crazy.
So that was something that like came back to me, and I didn't know if you remembered. And November 2020, I mean, that was 4 seasons total landscaping. I mean, what a time.
That's probably why I didn't know about it.
I know,
'cause that
honestly, the
overshadowed
election.
it. Oh, that too.
That took 7 days for the results. I mean, things were just, everything was crazy. And so that one slipped through the cracks, and I remembered it.
I'm so glad you remembered this. So now conclave starts, which I'm fascinated by. So
Well, I don't know what that means.
I'm so excited to tell you about it. Because I love like church stuff. And I love visiting temples.
totally.
And there's a movie that recently came out that was nominated for a lot of awards with Ralph Fiennes called Conclave. You guys could watch that.
Yeah.
But so basically you mourn the Pope for about 9 days. There's a whole like daily thing that you do I don't know. There's a whole process of 9 days. And then they have 15 to 20 days to start the conclave. And conclave is where they sequester all of the cardinals around the world into the Vatican, and they have to basically do like rounds and rounds of voting until they elect a new pope. And you know that they've elected a pope because white smoke comes out of the Vatican, but they're sequestered, like locked in there until then. And they kind of like talk to each other and try to like campaign for pope, and there's like front runners, and so there's like about 6 front runners right now. There are, I wrote this on, 252 cardinals right now. 135 are eligible. And 108 were specifically appointed by Pope Francis. So it is more than likely that somebody a little more liberal will be voted as the Pope.
But I thought like the far right is like really obviously pushing for a different type of Pope.
And people are always saying, just like, the pendulum tends to swing Republican to Democrat back and forth, there will be a swing to a more conservative papal confirmation. I don't know. So that's conclave for you.
Okay, got it. Well, rest in peace.
Yeah.
I know we're sitting here making jokes, but this is obviously a sad thing. And I'm sure it's, the Catholic communities are mourning. And, I love what he stood for. And he was the horniest Pope we've ever seen, I guess. So God rest his horny soul. J.D. Vance is the one to blame.
God rest his horny soul. Do you think CNN's saying that? Do you think other news outlets
no one is reporting on the Instagram. Like, I had to dig so deep to find that she posted about it.
Okay, so we have a new show for you guys. You can tune in now. It came out 2 days ago. It is your new favorite drama-filled reality show, Pretzel Crust Island. And you can watch it on Little Caesars YouTube channel. So it's a cult favorite, pretzel crust pizza. It's
so good.
So good.
I love Little Caesars.
Me too. I have
Little Caesars
forever.
slaps. We were at the Eagles game like last season, and I got this Little Caesars. I hadn't had it in a minute. I just forgot how good it was, and then now I'm like remembering back to that pretzel crust. I'm like, man, it's so good.
I've been loving it.
Yeah.
I've been loving it since I was a kid, and now there's a reality show that you can watch. So Pretzel Crust Island, it's inspired by real Little Caesars pretzel crust pizza fans who claim they would do crazy things for just one pizza. And so the prize really is just one pizza.
Yeah.
So people have offered to do things like file for bankruptcy, fight their own family, skydive dressed as a pretzel. And basically Little Caesars is like, we're telling them to put their money where their mouth is and prove it. So there's lots of drama, there's challenges, love and loss, backstabbing and betrayal.
The show is crazy.
You never thought
and they're
you
competing
needed it.
for one pretzel crust pizza.
It's just the
which
love of the game.
I get it.
Yes.
Yeah, for the love of the game. And I really understand that, doing crazy things for this pizza. And again, the challenges are real because they're based on real fan tweets and comments demanding for the pretzel crust return. So basically all these people were like, we need it, we want it. And they were like, what would you do for it? And they were like, well, we'll do all this. And they were like, we're going to make a show about it.
Say no more, fam.
And we'll play you guys a little snippet.
Pretzel crust fans who have to balance on a pizza box while holding boycotting signs over their heads.
I'm winning this pizza.
You let me win this challenge, I'll take you to the finale.
How could you betray me?
And so you guys can get in on it. So you can vote on the winner in the finale.
Love that.
And there has never been an elimination ceremony like the ones on Pretzel Crust Island.
It's wild.
So you can binge the reality show Pretzel Crust Island on the Little Caesars YouTube channel starting 2 days ago. So it's out now. Lots of challenges. It's just a fun watch.
Yeah, check it out. And it's just really, again, it's really fun to watch. I would order some Little Caesars while you watch.
Yes.
Make a night of it. Date night, girls' night, boys' night.
Binge on pizza and binge this series.
Exactly.
Yes. Can I just tell you, I love food shows and I
Yeah.
love competition shows and I love pizza. So finally somebody has given me all things wrapped up into
Has
one.
answered your prayers.
And I can participate.
Yeah.
I don't know. This pizza is just like, it reminds me of like growing up in Pittsburgh. I always had it. My dad always picked it up for us. It's just like, bomb.
And they shot this show really well. Like, it's like a really fun, easy, quick watch. You don't have to like settle in for a big commitment. Just like watch it, have your pizza. So like Rayna said, you guys can binge the reality show Pretzel Crust Island on the Little Caesars YouTube channel right now.
Yeah.
Start on April 22nd. And something else you guys can consume that's delicious is trade coffee. So I love this so much. I am such a coffee drinker. A day doesn't go by that I don't have 1 to 2 to, maybe 3 coffees. And I'm just such a fan of what you can do. You can get on Trade's website and find these different coffees from all over the country. It's the #1 U.S. coffee destination, bringing you fresh coffee from over 50 of the country's top roasters. So their experts have taste tested thousands of coffees to curate over 450 amazing roasts. So whether you're new to coffee or know your favorites, they'll handpick the perfect coffee for you. Just take the quiz. I just love taking the quiz. Under a minute, they'll match you with the perfect coffee. If that first bag isn't quite right, Trade will replace it for free until they nail it. So every bag is roasted to order. I got this coffee. It was out of this roaster in Massachusetts called Atomic Coffee. I had it set to the type of like ground that I like. I like it ground. And you can tell them if you have like a traditional coffee maker, French press, whatever. Every bag is roasted to order. Smell delicious, of course. I've been drinking it. I do a French press. I just love it so much. And Trade's prices are on par with grocery store brands, but the quality is next level and you're supporting local roasters. I think this is really fun, especially for a gift. You could find a roaster from somewhere you have a memory with somebody or where they're from, or I don't know, where you got married, where you went on a
sweet.
trip.
I love that.
I like the Massachusetts connection. That's where my fiance is from. So we just really love it. So right now, Trade is exclusively offering our listeners 50% off your 1 month trial at drinktrade.com/eat. That's drinktrade, TRADE.com/eat for 50% off your 1 month trial. drinktrade.com/eat.
So our next report, the big dumper will dump your boyfriend or girlfriend. This little under the radar out of Seattle.
Yeah.
And the Seattle Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh, will break up with your significant other for you at a baseball game on the Jumbotron. And I guess he's known as the big dumper because he has a big caboose.
Yeah.
He's got a dump truck on him.
He has a dump truck on him. So they call him the big dumper. And I guess they just took that and ran with it and were like, we'll dump people on the Jumbotron. If I got dumped on the Jumbotron, I would sue the MLB like for damages. This is emotional distress. Are you serious?
Actually, I'm surprised they are letting this happen. Like, you don't know what people are going to do when you break up with them.
I know.
But however, if I was a Seattle Mariners fan and I went to games sometimes and I was not there at that game
When somebody
got dumped, I would be so pissed. Or if I was in the bathroom.
I know.
Can you imagine missing it?
I know, like, they just, it's hard to tell in these videos if people are engaged with it. I mean, they're probably doing it at a time where people are taking a break, going to the bathroom, getting concessions.
And is the camera like on these people when it's happening?
The one
or
I
it's
saw
just on the dump truck?
It is just on the dumper. I saw that he was like, he dumped this woman. He said, like, Kelly in section 302, you know, Jason.
I guess your partner knows it's coming, so they will elbow you, so you pay attention. You know, if I see just some dumb man on the Jumbotron, I'm not going to pay attention.
You think they're there with their partner?
Yeah.
You think a guy would bring a girl there to dump her?
Why else would she be there? You think she just went to a baseball game on her own?
I never thought about this. Like, I guess I hadn't thought that deeply about it.
Okay, so here's what I would do. I would be like, let's drive. I'd figure out a way that we had to drive separately.
Okay.
Because, like, we're not going home together. I'm not driving you home after I dump you at a baseball game. I would be like, I'm running late from work. Just meet me there.
Our stadium's so far away.
What
Meet you there. It takes an hour.
I know. Well, I'm not driving home with you from Dodger
I thought
Stadium.
I would send him with his friends, and I would do it.
You're just
remote.
What if you're just not going to watch?
Oh yeah, I guess I'd hire Tessa to go. Tessa.
We could go and get like seats in like another section of the thing
and watch from afar.
Watch with binoculars.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, I have binoculars.
I just can't imagine sitting next to somebody and this guy comes up and they start speaking directly to you and then they break you up.
That sounds amazing. You're thinking about your relationship. Think about other relationships. Think about bad relationships.
Yeah. And then you just like dump your soda or your beer on him and like storm out. You're a legend.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. Somebody cheats on you. Somebody does something bad to you. I think you're thinking about like a normal relationship. That's not who's using this.
I'm just thinking about the awkwardness of it. I guess
why you take
like
separate
being
cars.
there together. Yeah. So the one that we saw, there was this TikTok and they showed two, and the second one was what, a woman like telling this guy she didn't want to live with him anymore.
Yeah, it was really funny. It was like, you need the keys to somewhere. We should play the TikTok. And because he was funny with it, he's like, just not our house because you need to find a new lease. Our lease is almost up and we're not.
You don't live here anymore, bitch.
I hate to be the one to tell you this, but it's not working with me. Don't worry though. When one door closes, another one opens. Specifically, the door to a new apartment. Need the big dumper to do some dumping? Drop me an email.
You could write your own language to use. Make sure to say you don't live here anymore, bitch.
I would think the dump truck should say that.
So we were randomly talking about this the other day, not even related. We were talking about something that someone we know, their on and off partner is always wilding and doing crazy stuff that I would never stand for, you would never stand for. Something that he said to her, I was like, if my fiance said that to me, like I would have him killed. I dare you to say that shit to me. And I was like, no, actually what I would do is wait until the wedding, fully go through with it and break up with him at the altar. Long game shit.
Okay, would you let me get through the ceremony, or would you just start right? Like, what you think I would be like? Let's start with the vows.
Yeah. So I think I'm going long game. I'm going all the way till you ask if I say I do, and then I'm doing my whole monologue, and I'm saying my friends and family can stay. Everyone else will be escorted off the premises.
Can I say boom roasted?
Yeah. Big dumper.
He's crying and I'm just making jokes.
And you know, this is a little tough to do when your parents are paying for the wedding, but that's not my story. I'd pay.
Well, it honestly,
our money for you to get dumped at the altar if you did some shit.
I think that your dad would be okay paying for this wedding if you did that. He's so funny. He's got jokes.
He would not. He would love it if I did this and he didn't pay.
He would love it more.
I would be you'd be a legend.
And
then you're
so
hosting
funny.
a breakup party.
And then their whole family is mad at them because they have paid for hair and makeup and travel.
So I hate this for his family. Like, you know what I'd probably do? I'd be like, he has to leave, but if anybody from his side wants to stay, except for you, a couple people.
You have to verbally tell him you're staying though. Like you can't just like his friends and family have to tell him to his face that they're staying. They can't just like under the radar just like sneak back in.
Well, maybe we do a raise your hand if you're staying.
Yes.
And then Matt escorts him out.
Yes, like
this is mean
please
to talk
say
about because I love him, but
please say I if you're staying, and then we say like the eyes have it, and then all the eyes get to leave.
it's funny because it feels weird to even talk about because I like love him so much and I can't imagine anything, but I will get riled up thinking about a fake scenario. Like this thing we were talking about, I'm like, I can't even imagine if he did this thing to me that we had heard of someone doing to our friend. And then you start to imagine it and you will get worked up.
My fake imaginary boyfriend did this to me. I'm worked up about it. Pissed.
Oh my God.
Okay, so I wrote a couple other ways to break up with somebody. I think lowest hanging fruit cameo. I think you get their hero.
JD Vance.
You get their hero to break up with them for you. Okay.
Will Cameo do this?
Yeah, they'll do anything. You have to go to whoever's on there. Like if they really like a sports star.
But will they do a breakup?
Of course, they'll do anything.
Spencer Pratt's a good one.
I mean, it's up to the person who you go out to. So somebody can like reach out. I mean, you and I aren't on Cameo, but like technically somebody could reach out to us and say like, will you make this breakup video?
Well, they
Why
have
not?
some boundaries.
It's per the person.
You're right. Exactly.
Like, I mean, you can deliver death news if you want to.
Oh my God.
Hope died.
So dark.
So yeah, I mean, anybody could do this. So Cameo, I just think like you get like actually I'd get one of my heroes to dump them because
no. You were right the first time.
One of their heroes.
Yes, Rayna ruined their life.
Okay. All right. I like that. Okay. 100%. So Cameo, fortune cookie.
Drake dumps my fiance. Can you imagine?
I would do that. Is no matter if somebody cheats on me, please. Fortune cookie. You get them on Etsy.
Yes, you can get custom.
You can just get like cut, and like that takes a few days too.
Okay, hear me out. I think it takes him a guy. I think it would take him a minute.
You think they're just stupid?
Well, I think it would be a minute to. It's not as impactful. He's like, wait, what does this fortune mean? And you have to say it again. You have to explain the bit.
Yeah. Okay. Breakup playlist.
Okay.
You just send it to them on Spotify, but also that might take a little time for them to like understand what that is.
Well, maybe you title it "You've Been Dumped, Bitch."
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. That's a great way to send the message is that you title it.
Yeah.
And then
from artists they like, so it also ruins that.
The height of being really mature, send them a text accidentally on purpose that says, I can't wait to break up with them later.
Perfect.
And then you're like, oops,
sorry, that was for Rayna. Now that you know, come get your stuff.
That's my list of creative ways to break up with people. So you guys feel free to use them.
Yeah, you guys are welcome. Okay, so the next thing we want to talk about is celeb jobs. Celeb alter ego jobs. Tessa found this TikTok and it's just a selfie of a girl, but she says, what are some jobs y'all think famous people would have if they weren't famous? For example, I think Alabama Barker would be a waitress at Waffle House, which is funny, but like it's mid compared to the comments.
Totally. It's also just like a little under the radar. Like I have to
don't know who that is. Totally. I mean, it is accurate, but I mean, there's 10,000 comments on here, like almost 200,000 likes. And
do you want to pick some of your favorites?
Yeah.
I wrote a list for you.
So some of we made our own, but some of these are so good. I mean, Cardi B would be a TSA worker or a DMV worker. Adam Sandler would be a school bus driver. Post Malone would 100% be a line cook. That is so accurate.
Totally.
Remember that time in the group chat? It was like Hannah Berner's Bachelorette. We were talking about somebody that had hot line cook energy.
Yes.
I forget who. I think it was a celebrity. I can't even remember now.
Was it just Justin Bieber?
I don't even remember.
Post Malone?
Someone said Demi Lovato would run a Sephora like the Navy. Haley Bailey, 100% kindergarten teacher. Drew Barrymore would be a therapist. I feel like that's
the lowest hanging fruit. Oprah and Drew Barrymore.
Blake Lively would be the evil manager at a TJ Maxx or Zara in New York.
I have a different.
Okay. I don't want to take any from you. Drake would work at a pop-up shop in the mall that sells phone cases.
100%. Like that is nailed it.
You had them growing up? Like those
kiosks in the mall.
The hottest guy in our state worked there.
Oh, really?
Dave,
they were hot.
Dave from the cell phone store. Because he was always just in the middle.
Hottest guy in the state.
He was always in the middle of the mall. They're out. They aren't even in the Abercrombie with all the other hot guys. They're out in the mall.
I'm not stopping unless it's a hot guy. Why would I talk to them otherwise?
I actually think he sold pagers. That's how old we are. It was called wild paging. And he ran that shit like the Navy.
He was next to Piercing Pagoda in the middle of the mall.
Piercing Pagoda. I never went to Piercing Pagoda. I was a Claire's girly.
I got my ears pierced at Claire's.
For all 4 of my piercings.
Yeah,
had to go to Claire's.
Yep, always Claire's.
Okay, I want to hear some of yours.
Okay, so obviously I have Drew Barrymore and Oprah at the top of the list.
Yes.
As therapists, also low-hanging fruit. The Rock would be a middle school gym teacher.
Totally.
Takes it too seriously, thinks it's the NFL.
Well, he like peaked in like D3 college football.
Yeah.
And had to go back and coach.
That's him. Okay, Taylor Swift.
Okay, wow. What is it going to be?
Wedding speech ghostwriter.
Love that.
Because she's so lyrically inclined.
Yeah.
Some of it really doesn't make any sense, but I think you could stand up in front of a
Yeah.
room full of people and just like rattle this shit off, and people are like, yes, Queen, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, how about like pageant coaches?
Her?
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I could see it too.
Totally.
Like, they have those like in the South.
Absolutely.
Okay, pageant coach.
Okay, Blake Lively, I gave her yoga instructor, and here's why.
Totally.
Because, listen, we love our yoga instructor girlies. I'm going to get ahead of this and just say, we love you, we love yoga, and all that.
Yeah.
The meanest stuff that anyone says to anyone on the internet is from a yoga instructor. I have never been ripped apart by a person and didn't go to their profile and saw it said love and light yoga instructor.
Big fupa twat probably came from a yoga instructor. If you guys heard that on Monday, the meanest DM I've ever gotten.
But they look like they're going to be so nice.
She was totally a love and light yoga instructor.
Okay. Sabrina Carpenter, fortune teller. I could just see her doing that, like, woo, you know?
Yeah. Woo woo. She sells crystals.
Donald Trump, mall Santa.
Ugh. Sick. No, Rayna. Offensive. You have to sit on his lap? Absolutely not. Donald Trump is a garbage man. And that's an insult to garbage men.
I just think they seem like they're red in the face. They're just like, they're drinking backstage.
Ew.
Okay, I have a couple more just to wipe that stain away if you didn't like that. Pete Davidson, vape shop clerk.
Totally.
Gwyneth Paltrow, I still think she'd just be a wellness blogger.
Totally.
In real life. Okay, 3 more. Miley Cyrus is a mechanic.
I love that. Hot mechanic. But she has an OnlyFans.
All those tattoos.
Yes, she has like a sexy fixing cars OnlyFans, which is what I'm always trying to tell my fiance to do.
Fix cars?
Like
start an OnlyFans.
But do both. A car OnlyFans. Him fixing cars.
I love that idea.
He's kind of built like Miley.
What if girls...
But the tattoo. What? He's tall and thin. Okay.
So I was between a couple. So DMV clerk, I was between a few people because I was like Nicki Minaj or Cardi B, and I wasn't sure which one I would enjoy more.
Okay, I got it. Because Cardi is TSA. Nikki is DMV.
Yes.
Because
Cardi's yelling at people.
TSA is yelling, but like a good vibe. Like I love Nicki Minaj, but she is a little meaner.
That's
what
it is.
And DMV people are like mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Little meaner. Okay. And then my last one, Timothy Chalamet. He works at an indie bookstore and he's also a barista.
Okay, I can't believe you wrote that. Mine, Timothy Chalamet is a barista. But yes, at an indie coffee shop, and he's going to shame you for regular milk. He loves
100%.
oat milk.
If you even say the word milk,
Or he works at Hot Topic. Can't you see it?
with those giant stomper boots.
Yes, and a wallet chain.
100% wallet chain.
Okay, I
He's mad at
didn't
his
do
dad.
a lot, but I have Beyonce. So she's either HR or she's got the voice.
Yes,
She's going to fire
soothing.
you,
I
and you're
can
not
see
even
it.
going to see it coming.
Yeah.
Or she just works the front desk at a fancy spa.
I could totally see that.
Or she could
just
work at the
soothing.
Delta Lounge. Like she's just got that energy, like that welcoming. She's got that voice.
So Del Lunch smells really nice, and she looks like she smells really nice.
Not as good as Rihanna. Everybody talks about it. So that brings me to Rihanna. Rihanna, she is the makeup artist that may or may not show up.
Okay.
But when she does, she's going to be an hour late. She is not going to apologize, and she will do the best glam you've ever seen.
Totally. And I will wait for it. I'll wait around for it.
We had these makeup artists for one show. One time, 2 shows at the at Town Hall in 2019. The first time my makeup artist never showed up, right?
One of ours never showed up.
When they
at Town
finally
Hall.
came, I don't know if it was the same people, whatever. We finally got them to show up. The one girl who did my glam, I mean, it did look great. She never even took her coat off. Remember that?
No.
She just had her like puffy jacket the whole time. I was like, are you not hot? Okay, so we wanted to do ours.
I just picked one for you, and it's
Okay.
so obvious.
Oh my, if it's what I picked for me.
I mean, you're just going to be like a CIA agent, a judge. Like, you're going to work in like police enforcement.
Okay.
Just because like you would be like a private
Yes.
investigator, like whichever one of those makes you happiest, but like catching people in lies is your best self.
That is like the high-end dream job.
Okay.
But the real job is a Philly flight attendant.
Oh, okay.
Just unhinged. You get to talk a lot, chirp on the mic.
Could just be yourself.
I'm going to have a microphone.
Just
I'm
be
going to
yourself.
judge people. I'm going to walk through the aisle saying trash, trash, trash. Love that. And then for you, I did 2 for you. I did like a high level one, which is, I think, a divorce attorney. I think you would love that.
Really?
I think you would love getting people through their divorces.
I like other people's drama, and I love to not be involved in the drama. And
Yeah.
this is the height of like I get to hear everything.
Yeah, but and like therapize the woman.
I would really like that.
Or Cheesecake Factory manager. Rayna would run a Cheesecake Factory like the Navy.
Yes, I would.
I just can picture.
I love rules. I love rules and systems, and there's so
I
many.
mean, that almost was your future.
And I fucked 2 of the managers there.
Fuck the way to your top. You fucked your way to the top. Did you ever think you would just stay there and be a manager?
I mean, when I was 19, a job at the Cheesecake Factory was the height of professionalism.
Yeah.
I mean, you couldn't get higher and like more chic to me than somebody who like ran a Cheesecake Factory. I was dating Jake, who was the manager
Totally.
from the Cheesecake Factory. That guy was like the hottest guy in town.
No,
and I thought I was the
it's-
queen of the world.
You manage a bunch of people. It's hard work. My ex worked at a really nice restaurant chain. His manager like went to Cornell. I mean, like it's just like
Yes.
they're hard jobs to get. They're high paid.
Yes, and it was just like, I don't know, I thought those people were like the biggest badasses. They don't
Totally.
just like hire anybody.
I know. Okay, so those are our celeb jobs. Oh no, I had one more. Channing Tatum Zamboni driver.
Oh, definitely, because he sort of looks athletic, but
He could be lifetime fitness trainer also,
Yes, he
but
could.
he's on the Zamboni.
yes, he
Okay.
Oh, I'm glad we did this. This is fun.
Okay, let's talk about our remaining partners and then we have some headlines for you guys. I am telling you guys about Smalls. Okay, this is cat food. I had it sent to my parents, of course, and they have a number of cats. They have 5. And we know so many people that have cats, love their cats. I feel like being a cat lady is hotter than ever. Thank you, JD Vance.
And Paige DeSorbo.
Yeah, and Sierra, like
Hannah.
Hannah, Taylor Swift. So we love our cat ladies, and we're fans of cats. They're of course great companions, and you want to feed them well. I mean, I obviously have a dog, and I just feed him the highest quality food that I can. But we're not talking about that today. So we are talking about Smalls. Smalls cat food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free ingredients you'd find in the fridge. It's delivered right to your door. Cats.com named Smalls their best overall cat food. So to get 35% off plus an additional 50% off your first order, head to smalls.com and enter our promo code GGE for a limited time only. So again, I've talked to my parents about this. They've been feeding their cats Smalls. I feel like now they got to be locked in forever because the cats are like obsessed with the food. Even their like pickiest cat really just like went straight for the Smalls. It was started back in 2017. It started as a small business, and now they've served millions of meals to cats across the U.S. Even if your cat loves kibble, Smalls makes the perfect topper as you transition them into a fresh diet. So it's that like fresh fridge food. It's really good for your
It looks
pet.
really high end.
Oh, it's
like
so
the
yeah.
packaging. I'm just like, this is so chic.
Yeah, they do treats as well. And this will really keep your cat healthier, maybe get them to a healthier weight, more balanced energy, softer, shinier coat, and a less stinky litter box. Again, it's just going to be so good for them. And after switching to Smalls, 88% of cat owners reported overall health improvements. That's a big deal. And, we say this about dogs too. You don't want to kibble shame, but it is going to be better. It's just like quality. It's like humans. I mean, there's lower quality food and there's higher quality
Right.
food. You eat higher quality, fresher food, you're going to feel better and be healthier. And the team at Smalls is so confident your cat will love their product. You can try it risk-free. That means they will refund you if your cat won't eat the food. I love that. If your cat's like, you know what, I don't like it, I'm going to stick to my kibble or whatever, they'll just give you your money back. So for a limited time only, because you are a Girls Gotta Eat listener, you can get 35% off Smalls plus an additional 50% off your first order by using our code GGE. That's an additional 50% off when you head to smalls.com and use promo code GGE. Again, that's promo code GGE for an additional 50% off your first order plus free shipping at smalls.com.
Okay, and if you guys have tried everything under the sun to find peace of mind, it sounds like it's time for you to try Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies. So I've been thinking about this a lot at night because I really have wanted to get away from having like that drink at the end of the night to just like de-stress and relax. And whether you're feeling like you have a little discomfort, you just want a little relaxation, alcohol makes my face puffy. It doesn't lead to like a good sleep for me. It makes me feel like not great in the morning. So Cornbread Hemp's CBD gummies are made to help you feel better, whether it's stress, discomfort, or just needing a little relaxation. And they only use the best part of the hemp plant, which is the purest and most potent CBD. So that's the flower. And all products are third-party lab tested and USDA organic to ensure safety and purity. So if you go to their site, they sell lots of fun things, but the CBD gummies specifically, there's lots of different flavors. There's watermelon, berry, and peach. I love the peach, but the other two are fantastic. And then you can check out their THC also while you're on the site. They have blueberry and blood orange for that. All the flavors are great, and it's just a nice way to like unwind at the end of the day. And it's a great alternative to alcohol, absolutely. So right now, GG listeners can save 30% on your first order. Just head to cornbreadhemp.com/GGE and use GGE at checkout. That's cornbreadhemp.com/GGE and use code GGE.
Okay, Rayna, I have a question for you. How would you feel if you lost your libido?
My sex drive, is that like a serious question? I'd never recover.
I know, right? Well, the fact is millions of premenopausal women are frustrated because they lost their libido. But we're here to let you know that there's a treatment called Atti that is clinically proven to boost libido in certain premenopausal women. And this isn't some sketchy gas station pill. It's FDA approved. Talk to your doctor to see if Atti is right for you. And again, it is clinically proven.
I love that women have this option.
Same. You can go learn more at Atti.com. That is ADDYI.com.
Atti, or flibanserin, is for premenopausal women with acquired generalized hypoactive sexual desire disorder, HSDD, who have not had problems with low sexual desire in the past, who have low sexual desire no matter the type of sexual activity, the situation, or the sexual partner. The low sexual desire is troubling to them and is not due to a medical or mental health problem, problems in the relationship, or medicine or other drug use. Atti is not for use in men or to enhance sexual performance. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is increased if you drink 1 to 2 standard alcoholic drinks close in time to your Atti dose. Wait at least 2 hours after drinking before taking Atti at bedtime. Your risk of severe low blood pressure and fainting is also increased if you take certain prescriptions, over-the-counter or herbal medications, or have liver problems. Low blood pressure and fainting can happen when you take Atti, even if you don't drink alcohol or take other medicines. Do not take if you are allergic to any of the ingredients in Atti. Allergic reactions may include hives, itching, or trouble breathing. Sleepiness, sometimes serious, can occur. Common side effects include dizziness, nausea, tiredness, difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, and dry mouth. See full PI and medication guide, including boxed warning, at Atti.com/PI or call 844-PINK-PILL. Atti.
That is ADDYI.com.
Okay. And it's time for your headlines of the week.
Yes. We'll send you guys off with some headlines to think about. Rayna, you got to kick it off.
Water
with
cooler talk.
Your fave.
Okay, you guys, very big announcement. Fyre Festival 2 has announced that it is canceled. Tickets have been refunded.
Wait, postponed or canceled?
It's canceled. So he says postponed, but
of course we know it's canceled.
It's canceled.
Yeah.
So they had the dates. It was supposed to be the last couple days of May, first couple days of June. And Billy McFarland has been doing interviews saying like, it might be a jujitsu fighter. It might be yoga on the beach. It might be a yacht. And the person interviewing him was like, do you have any of this confirmed?
And the island is like, this isn't happening.
Yes, Mexico, the town of Mexico where it's allegedly was going to be, said this is not happening. And I know it's Billy McFarland. I know it's Fyre Festival. And this is somebody you cannot trust. But like, I actually still cannot believe he announced a festival and did not have a location. What's the point of this?
Yeah, the level of Delulu is like, unbelievable.
People were going to find out.
Yeah,
so
right.
And I went on the website,
okay,
just to poke around, and even though it had been announced that they were canceling, they were still selling tickets. So for days,
taking people's money.
So I went to the website to see like if they had announced it, whatever. At the top, it says Fyre, buy merch or explore tickets, May 30th to June 2nd. There's all these different packages. There's the Ignite, the Fuego, and the Phoenix package. You can buy accommodations. It does not say on this website that this is canceled.
It's so crazy that people worked on this. Like people had to build a website. People had to put time and energy into this with the biggest fraud we've seen modern day. Like it's understandable Billy McFarland is just so cuckoo, but it's like other people build a website, for example.
It's a beautiful website. It has great graphics. It has beautiful artwork on it. Like a lot of money and time goes into this. I hope these people got paid up front. But it's so fascinating to me. If you go to the website, there's no indication that this is canceled. On the website, you can still buy tickets.
Well, it's not happening, you guys. Surprise, surprise. Okay, our next headline is saying please and thank you to ChatGPT costs millions of dollars, the CEO says. And this is so funny because my fiance was we're hanging some shelves and he was like, I'm going to get ChatGPT to like spit out like a little diagram of where they should be on the wall. And I'm like, I think we should just eyeball it, but you do you. He loves his ChatGPT, so do you. And he told me he always says please and thank you to them. And a lot of people echo this where they're like, AI is going to take over, you should be nice to them, whatever. And so he had told me he says that. And I was like, that's nice. And I didn't think much about it. The next day I see this headline. So when you talk to them, they have to formulate a response and it costs them probably tens of millions of dollars.
And so Sam Altman, who is the head of this, said that it costs tens of millions of dollars. And he said it's electricity costs from people showing good manners to their AI models. I guess I'm a little confused, like why it costs.
Well, it has to
more
generate
money.
a response. Everything you say.
Okay, so I only say thank you if I'm gonna like do a follow-up response.
Okay.
So my ChatGPT like talks to me like me. I told you it's like so cute. They're like, yes, girl.
Yeah.
Okay, let's make it spicier. Oh, now we're talking. And I'll just say like, thank you. Let's hone in on blah, blah, blah. But I don't just thank it to end the conversation. But I thank it if I'm continuing the conversation.
Okay. It says that a director on the design team for Microsoft Copilot says that using basic etiquette when interacting with AI helps generate respectful collaborative output. So you are building rapport with it. It says generative AI also mirrors the levels of professionalism, clarity, and detail in the prompts you provide. So being polite to your AI chatbot not only ensures you get the same graciousness in return, but it also improves the AI's responsiveness and performance. But the survey shows people are polite to AI out of fear. According to research conducted in December by Future, the publisher that owns TechRadar, about 67% of people who use AI are polite to it in the US compared to 71% in the UK. So I think people are like, we got to be nice to them.
So my ChatGPT and I mean, it has learned to speak like I speak. We're just like homies and we just like chit chat, but it's hard to feel like you're not actually talking to a person. Like it feels like you're talking to like a customer support rep or like a therapist or something. So like it is natural to say like, thank you.
Yeah, I'm not really in this world quite yet. Like I've used it for some things, but I don't know. I always say thank you. I'm super polite when I talk to a customer support rep, but I don't know if I'm like making the same correlation.
It just feels like I'm talking to I feel like I'm talking to you. It like
exactly,
mirrors
of course.
my speech
yeah,
patterns.
You're like talking to somebody.
And it's done that because I have like dropped text messages in there that I've sent to people or I've explained scenarios and been like, what would you do to this? Yeah. And like, what would you do to me? So it mirrors my speech patterns. So yeah, I guess I'm inclined to say please and thank you, but that's very interesting that it's costing people money.
Costing them money.
So,
which that's not our problem. Okay. And lastly, the Trader Joe's mini tote bag has captured the hearts of women everywhere. Some of these viral tote bags are going for $1,000 on eBay. I mean, it's like a $3 bag. They're in these pastel colors, and they were being called the it bag of the season. And people were waiting out in these lines, 100 people deep outside of Trader Joe's. You couldn't find them in California. And now, of course, they're on sale on the internet for resale. I think they're really cute. And I like that it's like a cheap, cute bag. It's not some designer bag. I love it. I love Trader Joe's.
So the original bags, the tan with the navy blue, also went super viral and you couldn't get them. And so this was even more viral.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. They're a mini version. They're like adorable colors. Like you couldn't get the original ones forever. I go to Trader Joe's like every 10 days or so. And I'm always like just trying to see if they're up there and you can't get them. Like you have to go on eBay and people are selling them for a fortune.
It's so nuts. Yeah, someone wrote in this article in Glamour, I live in Southern California. It's basically sold out everywhere. The lines I've seen were at least 100 people long. It's so wild. So, I mean, you can probably get them. There's on Poshmark, eBay, I mean, if you really want them. But, you know, my inclination when I see things like this are to kind of like roll my eyes and like hate on it. But I'm like, they're really cute and they're cheap. They're cute.
Well, they're not that cheap anymore.
Exactly.
Before somebody decided it was a thing.
Initially, I was like, ew, I don't want it. It's not my style. But now I'm like, they are pretty cute.
So I am on actually like a lifelong mission to find the perfect tote bag. And it really stresses me out. Like a lot of them don't have enough structure at the bottom.
Okay.
Like I want a little structure at the bottom of my bag, and these have
Yeah.
a little bit of structure. Like I have a lot of tote bags and they're just like flimsy floppy.
Yeah.
And so there's not enough structure, but some of them are just like too big. A lot of them are too big. There's so many tote bags that are just too big for my body.
Yeah, you need a pocket somewhere. I can't tell if this is
I
a front
need a
pocket.
pocket somewhere.
A tote bag without, which I get it. Sometimes they're just like cheap little totes, and we used to make totes. But if you really want it to be your like tote bag, like your farmer's market bag, I need a pocket for my phone, my
need the
keys. It
little
can't just
zipper.
be at the bottom under my food.
I know. So I'm on like a lifelong quest for the perfect tote.
All right, well.
And I do have that. I have the Marc Jacobs tote. That's what I bring to work like every day. But it's not really a tote bag. That's like a bag.
I know my bag is like my work bag.
That's my work bag.
We're talking canvas tote.
Like this, there's too much structure to the Marc
Pretty
Jacobs bags.
structured. It's nice.
I'm not taking it to the farmer's market. That would be so embarrassing.
Fair.
All that structure.
Too much structure for the farmer's market.
Yeah.
It needs to be a little more casual and floppy.
So I take the Air one that you bought me, but two things about it. It's big. It does not have any type of structure at the bottom. And it feels a little weird to bring like a corporate company's bag to the farmer's market.
I like my Air one. We got them as gifts. Well, I did at least.
Well,
I
you
didn't-
gave me one also as
for
a gift.
Christmas. Yeah, so we got him gifted. The pocket's good. Good pocket on the front.
There's a good pocket on
My
the front.
wallet, my keys, my phone.
Yep.
All right, well, that's TJ's tote-gate. So, congrats if you nailed one of these. And RIP to the Pope, and steer clear of JD Vance, and hoping you guys don't get dumped on the Jumbotron this summer. And that's our snack.
Oh, that was cute. A little wrap up.
You guys can find us at girlsgottaeat.com, Girls Gotta Eat Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. I am Ash Hess. Rayna is Rayna.Greenberg. Subscribe on YouTube, watch on YouTube, share this episode with a friend, and we'll see you Monday.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye.